All right, all right. So we have distributive property. Again, Dr. Wright. This is my fourth grade class. Anyone can watch, but it is made for my fourth grade class. I put the main problem on the screen, which is 54 divided by 2. And you'll see to the right, I've written some multiples. And I put them, those are called multiples of 10. Why? Because they end in zeros and you're counting by 10. Now, the number 54, we're going to break into two numbers. This is how distributive property works. You take the bigger number. Here, the bigger number is 54. And you're going to break that into two numbers. Why? You want to make it easier to deal with. Now, I'm going to break this into the number 40 and the number 14. And you might ask yourself, well, how do I know what to break it into? Do you just pick some random numbers? Yes, you do. You pick numbers that work well with your dividend over here. Or better yet, you pick a multiple of 10. And that's why there to the right. I could have picked 50 and 4, just so you know, and I would get the same answer. But I've decided to pick 40 because I know the dividend of 2 right here, it goes into 4, the 4 that's in the 40. So that's why I picked 40 instead of 50, just so you know. But any of them would work. Now keep in mind a plus sign goes in between. Why? Because 40 plus 14 equals 54. I'm writing the same exact thing. The only difference is I've broken it down to numbers that work well with this dividend. That's it. The dividend or the number 2 is known as the distributor. That means it's going to give itself away to both of those numbers. And that division sign that's beside the 2 is attached to the 2. So wherever the 2 goes, the division goes. So let me let you know how that looks. After this first step, you're going to make two eyes. I call them eyes because they kind of look like eyes to me, a little creepy, but they look like eyes, kind of. And that first number you picked, 40, that's going to go at the beginning of one, and 14 is going to go at the beginning of the other. This is how you always set it up. The plus sign will be in the middle. The plus sign is always trying to keep the peace. It's in the middle. And then the divided by 2, the division sign and the 2 are distributed to both the 40 and 14. It gives itself away. I call it the loner number. It's always alone, never wanting to really be around anybody. Its only real friend is whatever sign is beside it. So it gives itself away to the number you broke down. Hopefully, you're still with me. Now, if you got to slow it down and rewind it, that's what you do so you can better understand. Next thing, you just do what that parenthesis says to do. 40 divided by 2. Well, you can use, remember, something that's taught in fourth grade, underline your non-zero numbers. And how many times 4 divided by 2 is what? Or you can say 2 times what is 4. Means the same thing. 2 times what is 4 or 4 divided by 2 will be 2. And then you just bring down the 0. That's the answer for that first parentheses. Then you bring down the plus sign. And this one is straightforward. 14 divided by 2 is the same as 2 times what is 14? That answer is going to be 7. And 20 plus 7 equals 27. This is distributive property. And this is how it works all the time. Keep in mind, just so you know, for those who are wondering, let me change the color. You could have used any number and gotten the answer. For instance, remember in the beginning, I told you For that 54, I'm just going to do it just so you see. For 54 divided by 2, I can break this number down to 50 and 4. All right? I can break it down to 50 and 4, put it into parentheses, bring down the division, bring down the 2. But then when it comes to now making this I, because that's the next step, right? You make the I and you put the 50 first and you put the 4. I'm still using this new pen, guys, so it's a bit crazy. And you put the plus sign in between. And then you divide it by the 2. You're distributing the 2. Distribute the 2. The division sign is always attached. And 50 divided by 2 is 25. See, now this one, if you underline the non-zero numbers here, it's going to be weird for you because 2 can't go into 5. You're going to have to look at that entire number and know that 2 times 25 is 50. So then I would put a 25 here plus 4 divided by 2, which is 2. And 25 plus 2 is 27. I just want to prove the point that you can use any number, but you have to be smart about what number you decide to use. Hopefully this is helpful to you. If not, like rewatch that video. If you have any questions, just put it in the comments.